There are so many tools out there. Today, we're going to be talking about the to-do list. What to-do lists are, we're going to talk about 5 specifically, but what to-do lists are the best? Which ones I actually think that you should be working on? And we're only going to be talking about free ones because I think paid ones are not necessarily something that you need. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. The first to-do list app that we're going to start with is Microsoft To Do. And we're starting with Microsoft because everyone has Windows on their computers, their work computers more likely. I am someone who likes to keep my to-dos across platforms, and especially in a professional working setting. To me, Microsoft To Do is kind of like the spiritual offspring of Wunderlist, which that was a tool that I loved using. I used to use it a lot. But this is cool because To Do lives basically connected to Outlook. So if you live in your email, this tool is going to be really beneficial for you. So why does Microsoft To Do stand out? There's 3 major functions that I think are powerful for this tool. The first is what they call the My Day mode, which helps you outline what you're going to be working on that day and kind of forces you to create a list for the day of things that you're working on. The second thing that I think is really cool is the smart suggestions. So that is let's say as an example, if you sent an email to someone and they haven't responded and you need to do a follow-up, a smart suggestion would be something like the Microsoft To Do pushing to the top of your to-do list saying, hey, follow up with person A, you never got a response from them. To me is beneficial if you are fast-paced and you don't necessarily have time to go back and revisit emails that you've sent, or you don't know if people have responded. This will automatically keep track of who has responded to what. And the third powerful thing is that it integrates with Outlook. So if you flag a message or if you flag an email, it'll automatically turn it into a task. So you don't really have to think much about it. If it's something where let's say you're working on a project with someone, they say, hey, can you do this? You hit flag, and then the Microsoft To Do will turn it into a task. To me, Microsoft To Do is best for corporate professionals who are using Windows, or anyone who's using Outlook and teams that like to occasionally share lists. The second app, and this is actually my favorite of the list, is Todoist. If you haven't seen this tool, it is a fast, super clean, super minimal kind of user interface. And I have some primary benefits that I love with this tool as well. First is the general natural language. So if you put in information and you say, follow up with this person, it will take that information and make it something where it's readable, legible, and it just sounds more natural. Or if you speak into it or whatever, however you format your message, it makes it into a naturalized bullet. The second big thing that I love about this tool is it has labels and filters. So if you put in a task that you know is going to take you 60 minutes, you can label it under, deep work, or you can label things differently. So it's not all tasks are created the same, if that makes sense. So going to the grocery store is not the same as sending an email, as an example. So you're able to build different labels or different categories and then search by filters to see when you have time on your calendar to work on, let's say, something that's going to take 2 minutes as opposed to something that might need to take 30. And the last thing that I love about this is sections and boards, not because I think that it helps you with your to-do list, but it kind of doubles a little bit as a project management tool. So if you are and this is more in the camp that I fall in, I have a hard time with project management tools. I know I talk about them on my channel a lot. I have a problem with them because it's hard, unless you're really disciplined, to go in and actually update them every single day with the tasks that you've done, versus if you have a simplified list where you can go and say item 1, item 2, item 3, and just kind of check them off as you're going. This is nice because it starts with the to-do list and then you can turn them into project boards. Not complicated, mind you, but you can kind of turn them into project boards to help you kind of categorize and help you brainstorm or keep your brain organized when it comes to your to-do list. This tool, Todoist, is perfect for people who like simplicity, who like speed, and just don't want to mess around with a big clunky system. The next free to-do list is TickTick. Not TikTok, TickTick. So TickTick has a Pomodoro timer built in. It has a clean calendar view, and it actually has white noise to help you focus, which I think is pretty cool. So some of the features that set TickTick apart, they do have the Pomodoro timers and the task durations, which means that you can plan things at a pace and not just have them be listed out items. It also has calendar view, so you can use it to kind of schedule things if you need to. I don't necessarily use this for my to-do list, but if you like the calendar view, you can use that as well. And it has a habit tracker for daily tasks. So you can keep going on different streaks, like you have 0 inboxes, you have readings, you have different stretches you can do, things like that. This tool is best for visual planners or people who procrastinate who need a timer. The fourth free app is Google Tasks. Now, if you're big into the Google workflow or the Google ecosystem, Google Docs, Google Drive, all of that stuff, this tool will be perfect for you. So part of the Google ecosystem, it has kind of the same flavor as Gmail or Google Calendar as an example. It has one-click captures from emails. So if you have something from an email that you flag, it'll automatically move it into tasks. The dates of the tasks, if it's something that says, hey, can you complete this by Friday? If you flag it as a task, it'll automatically get added to your Google Calendar. And you're able to create sublists under your task to kind of help you facilitate what other things need to happen within the bigger role. Obviously, this tool is best for anyone that likes using Google Workspace. If you use Google for your own business, or if you use Google for something on the side, they do have mobile apps that connect to the desktop, as all of these do. But the nice thing with Google is it's just kind of built as cross-functional. So if you're big into the Google ecosystem, Google Tasks is probably the right one for you. And the last one is Notion. I have talked about Notion on my channel before. It is a big project management tool, but the cool thing with Notion and the reason that a lot of people use it, it is flexible beyond your imagination. There's 1,000 different ways you can use it, including using it as a to-do list. So how does this keep you organized? It has databases that are powered by multiple views of the same work. There's different ways that you can view content, boards, calendars, tables, timelines, all of that stuff. You can also link tasks to projects or pages, meeting notes, and resources where you have different to-dos that are connected to those specific projects. And you can create templates for repeatable tasks or repeatable things. And some of those you can actually purchase from their little store that they have for other people that create motion templates. If you are, let's say, planning a birthday party, you can find a template on Notion, no problem. This tool is best for people who are juggling multiple content assets along with their tasks. So if you are working on a task and you have, let's say, a PowerPoint connected, or you're working on a task and you have a document connected, that's really helpful within Notion because you can connect everything together. And it's actually really good for content creators or teams who have to work across platforms, across functions to make sure that they accomplish things. So Notion is a good option for those people. So that's the quick overview of all 5. If you are still undecided, I will link to all of them below. None of this is sponsored. None of these are affiliate links. So click on whatever one you want and try it. I will say if you are undecided, if I've gone through all of these and you're still undecided about which one to try, I would say start with Todoist or TickTick. Otherwise, you can try the other platforms. Again, they are all free. But I would say try them out, see if you like them. There's also other apps that maybe are built into your phones as an example. So Samsung has its own version. Apple has reminders as their task app. So you can try that out as well. But I would say Todoist or TickTick are probably the fastest, the easiest to get set up and start working with. And if you are looking for a note-taking app, check out this video talking about what are the top free note-taking apps that you can use. And with that, I will see you on the next one.